Welcome to Aotearoa Origin. We're finally back after so many weeks. We have finally got the northern Weta taking on the southern Orcas. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that one right. Ollie Parche, Lachlan Martin with you for this exciting clash. The Auckland and rest of New Zealand teams have renamed themselves, and Lockie, these teams are just stacked to the gills with so much talent. This is basically like an all-stars matchup between these two teams, and I'm very much looking forward to this one.
Yeah, both teams should be looking to prove their worthy in tonight's match. Obviously, the first game in a three-game series, our first three-game series we've done of the Aotearoa Origin format. Both teams ready to take on Damon Wan and John McCartney, captains for both teams, ready to lead their sides to action. Interestingly, both captains are played hooker tonight, despite the fact that, well, John McCartney played hooker last season, but his most bit of half, and Damon Wan, I don't know if I've ever seen him as a hooker in the SRL, but that's where he's playing tonight. But it should be a very good matchup here, Ollie.
Absolutely, and I do wonder if perhaps that's just to make way for Luke Thompson, who has taken the 6 jersey for this one. He's a very experienced half of Canberra, and of course a great leader in terms of a kicking game, and he might end up being the one to move forward for this one, as we have gotten ourselves underway here. Weta with the first touch of a football here. It's Wallace to kick things off here. McCartney will look to Johnston. Johnston playing in the centres. A bit of an odd role for him as Barnes now making a break down the line. Barnes and Aotearoa. It's a matchup of probably the two best fullbacks in the SRL. Of course, does mean that Barnes is playing the fullback role and Chance Bunce has moved into the centres. Of course, we saw earlier last season, we had the rest of the world versus Team Australia, and it was a bit of the inverse, as Aotearoa and Bunce ended up swapping roles as Tyre gets the first kick out to Tera Maxwell. He puts on a step and tries to go down the flank there. Nearly out to the 40, but the defence was waiting for him, and a good start here for the Orcas with some great field position. Hodgson getting the next run here, out to halfway. Looking very strong so far here, the Orcas, as the pace there takes advantage of some not square markers. Getting a lot of post-contact meters there after he gets to 10, so getting about 15. Moana over to Vaughan. Now to Thompson. Got a lot of space out there, but wasn't able to pass away in time. Moana will go short side here. Columbus, now Demando. Demando puts on a step nearly to the 10, does get to it, and then some. But is brought down there on that edge by Hone King, as Lord in will put up the bomb here. A lot of players waiting there, but it's Johnston, his partner, who ends up grabbing it and racing out with it, but eventually the Orcas defense comes to the rescue, and 4 minutes in, both of these sides showing a lot of great ways to defuse that kicking game and punish them for not having great return defense.
You know, it was a great run there by Kobe Johnson. Not a traditional centre, obviously, bigger body there, a lot smaller in terms of height, but he does have a lot of sort of centre of balance, sort of just a little gravitational pull, I suppose. Obviously, playing in the centre, bigger body. He did make a great catch there. Got his hands above the pack, which I don't think I was expecting to put up that, but I was a bit worried there with Barnes also contesting that kick. But he catches it there. Made a good run there. I think an attack would be fine. I'm wondering how we'll go in defence though with the likes of the Mando, and I think it might be. Not sure that it was in the centre over at the Mando side, but whoever it is, I'm sure he'll give him trouble considering he's not used to defending in the centres.
That would be Johnny Columbus, I believe, as his opposite number. Lord now on tackle 2. He sent out there to Vaughan. Vaughan decided to take the run himself. Bit non-traditional there, but he is filling in about 7 jersey. Also, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast how Moana is playing as the 9. And some question marks over that, but perhaps might be limited by their talent pool here, the Orcas. It's Strange there, making another run. Thompson now with a big boot there, right towards the wing of King. They'll target him a lot of this, I reckon, given that he has recently been called up. As he ends up making a run out about a third of the way up the field as Barner there, the run. And he's brought down, not close to where, or rather close to where King was, in fact, just a bit further in field as they look to centre it further here through Nanai.
Yeah, look, you do point out about King being targeted. I expect him to be targeted. This is technically, I guess, his SRL debut, considering he hasn't actually played a game with SRL yet. Along with a few other players we'll see later, notable ones being Philippo Gould, who's on the bench here, will be shown later on tonight. but King, I expect him to be targeted a lot, especially outside Johnson and King. Not traditionally, one hasn't made his SRL debut yet, and the other one isn't, you know, a traditional outside back. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's like the types of Xavier Demando are targeting them. Oof, bit of an error, but their set player is now Chris Lord makes a break.
Yep, huge opportunity there, of course. And we mentioned before, I believe, that it's a very difficult thing to have that new centre pairing, centre wing pairing on that edge. And again, we mentioned that it will be something to exploit, but it does seem like Weta have also elected to try and target Demando on that same edge. So expect to see a lot of play on the far side of the camera here. As Moana over to Thompson here on tackle 4, trying to create something here through the halves, but Vaughan just quickly wrapped up, wasn't able to find any other outlet. Looked out for Thompson. Thompson will have to put the boot in again for King. Ends up picking him out, and a good tackle there. Columbus with a hefty wrap-up and bringing him right back to just outside his own 10. Johnson now for McCartney, again trying to center that ball now with Slattery. Slattery to the 20, and trying to get a little bit further down that same edge with Kobe Johnson again. Perhaps they might think that they can get some more runs out of him. Is fairly on the ball of late. Not something that you usually expect out of the centres of the SRL. And I'm making a run up there. Tackle 4. Wallace over to Barner. And a good defensive set there. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a very good defensive set there by the Southern Orcas. Not allowing them to get in that half. And even the kick pressure there. Maxwell's going to take it. In fact, he's going to kick return it up towards the 40. Very good positional set from the Southern Orcas. We haven't seen an error yet in this game, but they're managing to work their outfield nonetheless. That's an even greater run for Columbus. Second tackle there already inside their own half.
Yeah, they're pushing strong here, and well, hopefully the play can be clean. Of course, I'm sure no one wants to make that mistake, but there may be one considered as the pace flicks one out there for Lord. And he was able to find one through there, but quickly brought down and inside of a 10 there. And now an opportunity. Thompson out for Guys. Floating ball nearly picked off there, but he's ended up falling onward, and there's good work there, I believe, by Barnes to try and wrap him up. Guys again trying to get through here. Nearly got there. He might have. There was some great push work there. He tried to go over a second time, which makes me think no try here. Referee seems to think the same, but he might have got this one down here.
Yeah, I actually think there might have been a try celebration there from Logan. Guys, that's certainly over. I don't know what the point of going to the bunker into these situations are. Definitely over there for Logan, guys. And the Southern Orcas, after that great defensive set they put on, they pretty much go 60 meters. They put a great defensive set on, get the ball back, go down the field. A couple of nice breaks from Stacy Pace, Chris Lord, and eventually Logan, guys, scores the opening try of the Aotearoa Origin Series.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was mostly just to make sure that it wasn't held up there. I think that was the main reason why they decided to go up to the bunker and ended up as no try, but they were happy to overturn that, clearly grounding as Vaughan is able to make the conversion as Orcas go up 6-0 here at home here at FMG Stadium Waikato. Also, they are the home side for this clash. I mentioned before, this is the first time it's a free game series, so I'm sure they'll be saying, all right, we've still got plenty of time. There's still over 200 minutes of footy left to play here in this series. We still got plenty of opportunities to try and make them up as it's 14 minutes gone exactly, so call it 226 as the pace ends up taking the catch and goal there from the kickoff and makes the run up himself. A lot of meters gained for him early on in this match, given that he has been frequently involved with the line breaks. Lord there brought down though and did not get much out of that one. On the little inside ball there for Strange. Try to get him through, but free of a tackle, very strong, and Ryan McCartney, the lead man there to try and bring former teammate down. Vaughan now for Amatangi. Amatangi with a stab, pulled by Barnes, and he's off to the races, but he's going to be brought down here by McCartney again. Captain had to pull out the Jets and was able to cut him down, but was a very close run there. Columbus now trying to break through there, but only just by the 20. Moana flicks straight back there for Thompson. The bomb was well shanked there, and Johnson ends up being the one underneath it. King never really had to come up in coverage. It was basically just a defensive line, and a bit of a let-off there for Weta. Now they go again. Wallace once more, and quickly, coast to coast, these teams are Must have been really fighting hard there in the first 16 minutes, and now it's starting to break open as Slattery through 1, through 2, nearly to the 20 before he's brought down, and it's 2 of a tackle. A lot of people having to help out there in defense. McCartney will flick it to the left side through Nanai, and now Kalsakau. Is it not going to be brought down? About 18 short of the line. McCartney out for Tyre. A little inside ball there for Feu, but absolutely nothing on there, really. Johnny just take the simple run to get about halfway there from where they were. McCartney for Tyre. Tyre the bomb. This is going to be a little bit deep here. If they can get to it, they can. It's Kobe Johnston. He's made a second leap to grab it, and it's another try for the Cowboy.
Yeah, great stuff there from the Northern Weta it was. Kobe Johnson, a great catch there. Not a traditional setter we talked about before, but he's making a setter of his own. I don't think he's failed to catch a bomb when a bomb's come his way all night so far. That was a great catch there by Johnston. I want to go back to the play from John McCartney, the skipper earlier though. Riding down, I think it was Tyler Aotearoa who made a break. Running him down. I thought Aotearoa was off to the races once he beat Barnes, but he caught up to him. They scramble enough to survive. A couple of big tackles on, notably Stacey Pace. They get the ball back and go the rest of the field and eventually end with Kobe Johnson crossing over. Great stuff from Weta. They look like Aotearoa might have ran away there, but the try-saving tackle from the captain has led to them going down the field and scoring one to tighten the score at 6-all.
Yeah, that was just great play from Jay McCartney and a great response at the other end, thanks to setting up that break. And it's huge there for the Weta, as Johnston, you mentioned, is just trying to make the centre position his own. Perhaps it's just a bit more of an advantage there. People don't really have much faith in the experience. And, Slattery there got hammered in a tackle, and the ball spilled loose there on an offload attempt. Hodgson ended up spilling out with it, and McCartney holding down here. They are going to be right in front here. They might elect to take the 2, and they will.
Yeah, smart decision there from Orcas. A bit of a period when they've sort of had both teams just throwing over attacking flair. A couple, a few players getting tired in the middle there. A couple holes opening up in this game. Smart decision there. Sort of settle the pace down. Take the 2. Take the small lead for now. Set back up. Get to your next set, and then go from there. Because there are gaps opening up for both teams at the moment. Just settle the calm down. Give your team a bit of a break.
Yeah, I'm sure they will have to just try and settle themselves down, as well, there was a tough penalty of away, and perhaps they were thinking that on that counter-attacking set they might end up getting 6, but ended up just being 2. That penalty that was given away, and Vaughan was able to coolly convert it from right in front, but had a fair bit of distance to cover with the kick, though did show that it was no trouble for him. Hodgson here on the first run here, and it looks like we're going to see the first changes. As you mentioned, it'll be an SRL debut for Filippo Gould, as he comes on to replace Logan Strange, and Stacey Pace is also replaced by a Cowboy friend of his, Nala Curry. It's worth noting as well the sheer amount of Cowboys and Warriors and Raiders that we have in this. I mean, it's hard pressed to find anyone that hasn't played for one of those 3 clubs. At least, if not now, in the past. As it's another run there for Hodgson. He started the set there, and he'll end the set. About 35 out from the line, so likely nothing being mounted in terms of a quick attack here, though Vaughan's kick is short. Aotearoa ends up coming up with it. They decided to attack his wing this time around, and it's going to be the changes as well for the Weta, as they make a bit of a mess of it as they were trying to get in position there, but allows Tyre to just break through. The defense fell asleep there, and it's a missed tackle there, I believe, by I didn't actually quite catch who it was there, but either way, it was a great break there from Tyre, and getting right through the line. McCartney now out to Kalsakau. Kalsakau breaking through once more. Aotearoa has to come up to him, and the offload just able to cut out Tyre. Well, the comeback defense is strong, and they bring it down about 13 out from the line. Feo Arnold now. Quick flick out for McCartney. McCartney will be brought down. About 7 out from the line. It was Gould, in fact. That purple hair. As Barnes flicks it right back for Tyre. Here, Gam puts the bomb out towards Johnston, and it's Demando that time. It was Demando and King that went up for the contest, and Xavier came down with it in a 20-meter restart, 7-tackle set for the Orcas, as Gould again trying to make his presence felt.
That was a great first run from Gould. Off the tap restart, read it. I think that might have been, not entirely sure if that was in fact, might have been, yeah, I'm not sure, but either way, Great run there from Gould, and great catch at the other end from Xavier Demando. I've got to say, that was one of his strong suits overall in Season 5 for the Raiders, and you know, it was a great catch there from Xavier Demando.
Yep, as Demando again making another play, trying to get down the left flank, but only was able to get the offload out to Columbus. Did not want to give up possession right now. Thompson now out for Guys. Guys was hammered, but got the ball away. Same with Gould, and eventually Vaughan, but he was just quickly wrapped up before he could do anything with it, I believe, by Tyre. Moana over for Lord now, for Gould. Gould trying to make his way through here, barreling, but just short. In last tackle at a grubber option, bomb option, plenty of ways they can go. Moana goes short side. Luke Thompson just runs it home. Well, you pick 1,000 options and he takes 1,001. Luke Thompson scores and puts the Orcas up 6 with a kick to come.
Yeah, great sort of different play there from the the Southern Orcas there, but it worked in the end. Thompson just ran onto it hard on the last, and they were standing flat-footed there, waiting for the kick, but instead, Moana just said, "Here you go, Thompson," and he just burst onto it. They weren't expecting a short ball, especially from a player like Thompson, who's not the biggest player, but no one even laid a hand on him, and he just dives over, and now the Orcas, they get this, they'll be up by 8.
Yep, it was Kausakawa. Looked like it was responsible for that one, was meant to be man-marking him, or perhaps they wanted to tire on him. Either way, Thompson had free reign to just run over and score, and 14-6 is the lead now. 25 minutes gone, nearly 26 here as the clock still ticks away here. Tyre gets set to restart play. Don't forget as well, we do have the New South Wales and Queensland Mines Origin and the New South Wales versus Queensland Main Origin. It'll also be happening throughout this off-season break as Moana takes that catch. Looked like he wanted to run it himself, but ended up deciding to give it off to Gould as the main running forward there. Lord over to Guys, and Guys breaking through once more. Got an offload away for Lord, though well advised, and I think losing about 7 meters, but at least didn't lose it to the Weta. Moana there takes a nice burst from dummy half. Great vision there to cut out pretty much everyone there at marker. Caught them all by surprise and ends up getting right into the Northern Territory. Guys now through again, and it's just quick break after break after break here from the Orcas. They're just taking them out like boats on the Pacific Ocean. Aotearoa fired one like a bullet over to Vaughan. Well, that may have been touched there, but ended up being just 10 out. Moana there, short for Lord. Decided to go for the second option there for Thompson, who puts up the bomb. Up there is Kobe Johnston again, and is driven back, but is able to get his backside to the floor before he's brought down in goal here. It's a bit of a sloppy play to get out of their own end there. Was trying to go to Barner as the first option to just try and run it up. He decided to go over to Arnold instead. Tahua now with a lot of space and gets one away, and didn't seem like they were really aware that the pass had come out there, the Orcas. Ended up being rescued there, and now Kausakawa taking another run. About with 45 for his brought down. McCartney now over for Tyre. Now Arnold now getting the last run of this set, and isn't he brought down just inside the Southern Territory? Of course, when I mention this, I do refer to the teams and not the potential compass directions. Actually not sure on Waikato's orientation here, so we'll have to double check on that, as the Mando will take the run off the kick, and again they try to pick him out, and he's up to the 20 before his brought down. Logan Guys now trying to hammer his way forward, about 10 meters before his brought down. Moana now goes short side here for Takuri, but Kevin just not generating much momentum this set. Weta looking like they're finally beginning to lock up here. Aotearoa, quick run there again, but again, nothing really going for them. Thompson now, Guys just nearly had it spill, but was able to recover it, but they're only just able to get out to halfway before they end up having to put in a kick likely. Thompson will do that, and he'll kick towards the wing of Aotearoa. He's got a lot of space. He might just run through uncontested, but eventually the defensive line was up to meet him, though he was able to break a tackle there, I believe, of Cooper Gronk. Bunce now trying to get out of that. For the first time I think we've seen him really try and make his name in this game. Haven't really been able to call him, of course. You know how much of a crafty playmaker he is for the Warriors, and speaking of crafty Warriors playmakers, McCartney there with an offload, just got it out after that break, and was able to get them a few more meters. They got it out to Feu. Barnes now will go over to the right side, excuse me. I'll get my direction straight. Wallace now for Tyre, who does run it straight. And now it's Arnold, who ends up making an even straighter line perhaps, and Now Weta are threatening here. They're looking to perhaps attack left side. It's Taya who does eventually get a kick away on the grubber, but he did not get the boot to it in time. Lord a knock on there, and Chris Lord able to snap it up. And huge opportunity there for the Weta. Just fell away from them. After that Taya kick got too much pressure on it.
Yeah, I actually want to go back to that moment. I think that might actually be the first proper error we've seen in this game. Drop off the boot of McCartney, I think it might have been. Obviously, both teams have been, showing a lot of strike power so far. Both teams making sure they do little stuff right. Orcas probably making meters a little bit more easier than the Weta are, and it'll be interesting to see if that continues because, as they go into the 20 again, they're going to go into 20, probably be able to put in an attack kick once more. We're going to have to be careful here. They cannot afford to concede the next try.
Yep, they really do not want to go down by 14, especially so close to a break as that one came firing out of Luke Thompson's boot. Felt like it just came out like a cannon, like he's got the 101 toe poke or something like that, and was quickly able to be caught by Barnes as it just basically bounced right into his chest with how quickly it came up to him. Then they were able to make some quick meters out of that as Barnes again on a run, trying to get down that left side, but nothing doing there. Good defense out of Maxwell.
Up there, Ollie, but they've done a very good job of handling Barnes tonight, I think. I don't know if he's had many opportunities at all, and he just hasn't really got any speed. While Aotearoa on the other side has really been electric. I think that's been the main difference at the moment.
Yeah, I do wonder if perhaps that might be a tactical change from Jai McCartney to move Chance Bunsen to fall back and let him try and run rampant as a fresher fullback. Hasn't really been involved too much there in that centre role as Maxwell there probably might have had some reason to let that one try and bounce dead from Taya, but instead just decides to catch it running backwards, and a difficult take to make as Aotearoa there breaking through there, got by McCartney, and now trying to hammer his way forward past the 40 before the catch-up defense eventually does get to him. Moana flicking up left side for Vaughan. Little inside ball there for Chris Lord. He hammers through one, and now he's trying to get off to the races once again. Offload out there for Takuri. Takuri by the 20. They're in the red zone here, the Orcas, and they're looking to attack once again. Weta now on the back foot once more. Again, looking not to concede as Lord there runs over another, and whoever it was there, I didn't quite catch who it was. Probably left their jersey number lying on the floor, so I need to check on that. Clean up aisle 13. Vaughan takes the last run. Now trying to make sure that they can capitalize on this final opportunity. Late hit, and Lord scoops it up. And that's a very easy try there. Taken off the ball, and Lord basically scores for 3-4 points after they thought the ball spilled loose.
Yeah, look, maybe some could argue it's a lucky try for the Orcas to score there. But I want to bring out the man that scored it, Chris Lord. He absolutely owned that set. I think he made 2 line breaks, a couple tack breaks in that set alone, as he marched upfield there, and eventually ends up with him, dashing home. He's not the LB Strange medalist for Singapore for nothing, and he absolutely owned that set. Took the set by the scruff of the neck, and it ended with him scoring a try. Well-deserved try from Chris Lord. And now the Orcas are going to be up by 14 with only 2 minutes to the break.
Yep, a huge momentum boost for them, and it could very likely mean that they can hold on to the ball for the rest of this half. If they can do that, then it leaves Weta down 14, though I'll probably look to maybe try and spring one off of final kick return, perhaps letting Barnes do that, or maybe they can get something out of Aotearoa or Honeking. They'll have to wait and see, though, as thanks to the kickoff time, it is now ticked down below 90 seconds. And the Orcas with a 14-point lead, the most dangerous lead in rugby league. As the pace takes the first run of that. Guys now again trying to hammer through. Perhaps the Orcas will look to tighten the screws here and go up by more than just 14 points. Strange is on now as well as the pace here, so Takuri and Gould getting a bit of a rest. The pace. Again playing the ball here. They're trying to look to the left flank. Amanda with a nice step here. But not much time left to really do much with it. They might need to get a quick tackle going. 8 seconds left now. Thompson does it to Lord on the flank. The siren will sound. And we go to the break with a 20-6 lead for the Southern Orcas over Northern Weta in its first Aotearoa origin. and welcome back from the second half, to the second half rather, first half of this Aotearoa Origin complete. And the Southern Orcas off to a dominant start. We were looking through the statistics earlier. Chris Slaughter's really been the lead factor here in this match. 139 meters, 4 tackle breaks, 6 line breaks, which has meant 4 missed tackles for his opposite, Taranga Haufeu. And of course, a free try assist for Damien Moana and the 160 meters from Logan Guys. It's really just been the line breaks that the Orcas have been able to create here, Lockie, that have been a real difference in why they have such a clear margin in this.
Yeah, I have to agree right now. I actually find quite interesting. They've given Chris Slaughter a spell coming into this second half, which is quite interesting because he was out by far and away the best player in that first half. Quite interesting to see what the game plan is with Kembolo coming into the game. We saw he dominated in the forwards in season 3. That's not good though. Not a great start for him.
Yep. I think it was just a miscommunication there of where he was meant to be, and perhaps just not used to that after a couple of seasons, having changed his role there. And Yorkers immediately giving away a penalty on their first set, and Jai McCartney will set up a Weta in prime field position, and Jaden White, first touch, right through the line and score.
Talk about injecting yourself into the game. Playing in the middle right now, Jaden White steamed onto it here. Beautiful pass there. And he just went straight through the line. The Orcas clutching at thin air. And, well, they may have got out to a big lead to open this, to end off the first half, but don't count the Wetters out yet. They have struck early, and assuming they get this kick, they'll only be down by 8.
Yeah, it's very interesting as well. Jaden White did also come on for Taranga Haufeu, and Chris Slaughter replaced by Levi Raymond. And also mentioned the tactical change earlier as a potential that Eli Barnes and Chance Bunce would swap roles, and that seems to be exactly what Jay McCartney has elected to do. As looking for that defensive setup there that they had in that first set, does seem like Eli Barnes has moved to the centers and Chance Bunce will take over at fullback. And Matthew Vaughan, I'm just noticing here, those shorts don't look like they're regulation to me, and I'm not sure if a referee should be having a word to him about that, though it might just be under the height of a knee, perhaps. That is illegal. Either way, it's only a stylistic choice there for Vaughan nonetheless, as he gets us back underway. Didn't get to see him kick off much there, so only noticed it now. Tying now for Barna. Barna with a quick burst of speed there, up to the 40, and plenty of room there as pushed out a bit towards the right side. And that's where they go again. The Weta over the bunts now of King. King got a bit of room there from Demando. It had to be quick coverage defense there from Amatangi. Trying to get through again there. Were the Weta. They seem to be really pushing on here. Perhaps the wind is at their back here. Going to the right of screen. There's Barna. Carney again will go right side. Wallace for inside ball there for Johnston. Makes 1-2 miss, and then another one through. Got it out to McCartney again, but his going to be wrapped up there. Right on the 10 will be the last. The reset here. Bonds having to go into deputy role. It's White there with the grubber kick, and that one was bouncing around for a while, and Logan Strange did eventually capitalize upon it. I'm going to pick it up, and Yorkers surviving that one. Again, Bolo absolutely bolos someone over. Jaden White having to get back there and just picking out the smaller player and subbing at lock 4. We saw that it was to great effect there earlier when he was able to run through and score that try. Basically uncontested, though. Does become a bit of a liability in defense there as Raymond's pass was just forced out a bit too quick by Matangi and ruled forward. Good opportunity for Weta there as a let off there. The Orcas, I believe, their first real error of this match, and no chance to capitalize. We saw 2 errors that they'd made that would potentially result in points, and again, another potential difference maker. We'll see if they can take advantage of the Orcas' mistake. Wallace now for Tyre. Trying to get through once more. And again, he's just going to be held out there. Good defense on that right edge. There for the Orcas is White. Quickly out to Wallace. They've swapped ends to Bunce. Bunce is just dead to the line, I think. This one's going to be close here.
I think he's got there. Yep, that's definitely over for my liking. Luke Thompson tries to cover, but no help from Moana, no help from Guys. And Bunce crosses over. Talk about the changes. First, Jaden White injected himself scoring. Bunce has now been switched to fullback. He scores. And it is all the switches that McCartney's made in the second half are paying off for him. As now, after being down by 14, it's only taken 7 minutes and they're probably about to be down by 2. If not, at the very worst, they're about to be down by 4.
Yep. As Ty will try and look to make it 2, hooking that one left to right, and bit of slice action on that one ends up making it a 2-point game, and that penalty that McCartney conceded earlier will be something that may come under a lot of pressure. But of course, that is currently the difference in this match, as all kickers thus far with their conversions have been 6 for 6.
Should be interesting to see how this game goes now. Obviously, Orcas haven't started the second half how I would have liked them. Very quickly for Weta have got all the momentum, only down by 2 now. As that's a great run from Nano. We'll have to see how the Orcas respond now after conceding 2 quick tries in this match.
Yeah, they really need to find their way back into this one now. It's been tough sledding thus far with trying to make sure that they get through this match. Of course, it is a bit of more of a marathon than a sprint. 3-game series rather than just the 1 game that we've seen in the past. As now Barner taking a run here on tackle 4, but is quickly driven back. It's been strong work now, trying to limit the post-contact meters this time around. And again, it's a case with White. They're tackled inside of their own 40, but it does open the opportunities of the 40-20 attempt. Expect to see the Orcas wingers out wide. Try and limit that one. And Wallace instead decide just go right down the center there for Maxwell. Maxwell ends up running into a sea of Weta and is brought down just shy of halfway, though. A good territorial advantage to begin this, though. Quickly snuffed out there, perhaps, when Strange is just brought down there on tackle 2, only getting about 3 or so meters out of that one. Going out to Guides, I mentioned before how much he's been gaining. Whilst as an 11, you do expect him to really be trying to fight for those meters. Thompson to get a quick flick pass out and hit Hodgson very hard there. Will probably be feeling the effects of that one as Alana again into acting half, as he is going to do. Again, you just saw that. Only 28 meters out of that set, so in spite of a good territorial advantage from the defense, their offense just not able to click now going into this one. Is kicked out there to Mark Iron. Iron on for Nico Aotearoa, I believe. And he'll be hanging out on that wing for the moment. Have confirmed that he is, as Bunce now will take the run here. I mentioned he's going into the half, or the fullback role rather, participating in that spine. I feel like Barnes out of the center, so don't expect to see much more of Barnes unless we see perhaps extra time and a reversion. Barner now to the 40, trying to make his way through another tackle, but nothing really doing there on that occasion. McCartney, sloppy pass there out of dummy half, ends up giving one away.
Yeah, this one there from McCartney just went floated a little bit forward for Hone King. He actually had a bit of momentum there, so if they would have been decently hit up from Hone King, but unfortunately forward there. But the Weta defense is rushing up. They barely gained any meters since they went to play the ball, so at least they're trying to defend their way out of it with the Weta.
Yeah, they really are trying to fight there, and perhaps it was just the pressure of that defense that forced a bit of more of an excess pass than McCartney would have liked. As Moana, short ball there for Raymond. Raymond trying to make another run there. There's another line break as a lock there, something that they've been able to show in the past, but doing in terms of scoring opportunities is Vaughan there. Great pressure on that pass from Weta, and they end up winning one right back there. As now again they take off, and Nanai right off tackle 0, end up getting about 25 meters before his brought down. And suddenly Weta looking right back in this. I mean, they were able to come back here with early points, and just looking to do so again. Just need to push that assault a little bit further. Wallace now flicking it over to Bunce. Bunce to get an offload away for Barner. Barner plenty of room there, but Armatangi quickly closed the door as soon as it opened. Got 32 out from the line now. Running out to Wallace. Again, we just seem to be spreading the field, trying to tire out those edges. I brought down now about 24 out. White now over to Slattery. Slattery looked like he had a bit of space there, but the arm tackle was a strong one. Bringing him down. There's some good post-contact meters from Slattery, still able to churn those legs. Tyre now the bomb. Doesn't look like there'll be any kind of try-scoring threat here until Bunce ends up going up for it, but it's quickly snuffed out. It's going to be a handover for the Orcas as they end up surviving the Weta attack, but would have given them the lead had it succeeded.
Yeah, look, obviously the pass comes, seen it from forward pass to sort of creep into both their games here. I think the wet weather's starting to get to them a little bit. Have to see what they can do now. I think kick the corners is the way to win this game. Kick deep, defend your way out, just like Weta are doing right now. And I think this is sort of how, if Weta want to get themselves into the lead here, that's how we're going to have to do it. Just kick the corners and defend your way to a victory.
Get back, look at me.
Yep. Of course, the defense has really been tightening up, it feels. First pass one is Thompson. Oh, poor kick. Was looking perhaps to catch him off guard for 40-20, but Bunce was quickly up to scoop and to with a set beginning in Orca territory. Markers were not set there, but McCartney not able to take advantage as there's a shot laid on. And Vaughan picking up the scraps there. And suddenly what was looking like a set that started in Orca territory is a set that starts in Weta territory. And quickly that momentum shifts thanks to a massive hit, I believe, laid on there by Logan Strange.
It's interesting to see if they can use the opportunity now. Orcas, oh, that's a great run from Cambolo.
Cambolo straight through, and he makes Bunce miss. A huge try there for the interchange. We mentioned he has some power at front row, and they put it on full display, and the Orcas up 6.
Yeah, he's made up for the error earlier, obviously giving the miscommunication and when he first came on that led to the Weta's first try in the second half, but he breaks tackle there, takes on the fullback and gets past him and scores, and he still probably doesn't have much longer left, but he's made his step worth it with that break. Great run there from Cambolo.
Yeah, I mean, when you're getting towards the end of your shift, that's when you've got to put in the hard yards. Make sure you leave everything out there on the field, and that's exactly what he did, and probably left a bit of Weta there on the field as well, as you do see the rain is starting to really come down here. Ball able to coolly slot that one, and back to a 2-possession game. We don't see any more foul play in the act of scoring from the Orcas, of course, but, well, if I see it in the SRL, I'll let them know. They're ready to get things underway here. About 22 minutes left to play here. Definitely somewhere they can come back from, but they need to regain the momentum that they had at the start of the second half. Thompson firing one out there, long over to Strange to try and get them rolling here, as he is eventually brought down there at the 20 by McCartney and White, 2 players that both, I believe, played at the 9 for the Warriors during the SRL Season 5 and end up being returning to those roles for next season, though perhaps this Jaden White at lock experiment may be what they look to for the future. Of course, we know about Liam Rogers, the Queenslander, not participating. Oh, Hodson. Ellie able to interrupt my train of thought as well by sweeping that one up before it hit the turf, as otherwise that would have been an easy error to give away to a Weta and going with a scrum about 35 out. Here's Guys. He ends up making a run into Weta territory. Looked like some of the players wanted to come off there, but to no avail. Instead, it'll be the Weta who get the first chance at that. King ends up taking that one. Again, it's the same play that we saw similarly there, I believe, on the other side, where they just do not want to let that one go dead. We do see some other players running downtown there to try and make sure that they get their fresh legs on. And then McCartney had no real options and just decided to take the run himself. King now out for Feu. He's come back on here into that front row spot and trying to make his impact felt. Now it is back on following that 20-minute rest. Here's White. White was leveled there by Strange, and he ends up hitting the deck hard. Tyre will be able to get a long kick away. This might be a successful 40-20 attempt, or it might be a Hode kick. Common success, but Aotearoa was just able to keep that one in field, was able to put the brakes on. Seen so many players of the SRL, especially something like a slippery condition, you expect him to slip over that line and basically be a pseudo 40-20, but not on that occasion. Aotearoa to keep that one in field, as Guys now plenty of space to make a break there. Got an offload out to Lord, though again ill-advised. Not really allow them to make very much progress. There's Moana there. They were trying to get too cute. Another forward pass there, as you mentioned, Lachlan. It's getting a bit too sloppy out there.
Yeah, most forward passes this point to see. Another one we've seen from Mummy half. Except they sort of, I think it's sort of the ball slipping out their hands a bit forward, but they sort of have to just make sure they stick. They can't be giving up position that easily inside their own half, and now whatever opportunity potentially tied the scoreline here as we head into the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're looking like they might very well be able to take advantage. They're already in that attacking zone, that attacking third that usually expect to see them mount one from. McCartney over to Barner. Now Feu, plenty of space. Aotearoa has to come up here. Got an offload at Aotearoa. It's put in the front row here. A little bit risky perhaps, but he ends up making a run there, but it was quickly snaffled. Higher High ball up. Looking to perhaps vaguely threaten here. Back play here for Bunce. Bunce dragging himself to the line. Is he there? We'll have to wait and see as we check upstairs.
Kobe Johnson, he's been an aerial weapon today. Surprisingly, for the Weta, and I think Bunce, oh yes, that's got down. He's tapped it back. Bunce is round to it at pace, and guys couldn't keep him up. Bunce crosses over for his second try today. And now once again, Weta, they're within reaching distance.
Well, you're in wet conditions. No, I'm going to stop myself even from that. Tyre now looking to convert. They aren't going to take the lead on this one, of course, as there was an earlier try from Cambolo, but he could still make it a 2-point game, and does. Huge play there. Usually, I've been probably on the record and then some with my dissuasion towards back plays, but that time it was able to pay off, and it just ended up paying off for them. As Bunce was just barely able to claw himself over the line there, and has brought that gap back to within 2 points. Still anyone's contest as we get back underway here. Not long to play now, only about 15 minutes and change, as Bunce will get the first pass off there to Feu. I did notice a bit of a name change. He's gone now to Rangahaufeu rather than Te Rangahaufeu, so make sure, need to see if that change is official for Season 6 as Kausakau here the run.
That's your second.
Seems like they've made another replacement here. Jaden White is off. Not sure who's come on there to replace him at the lock forward role, but it does seem like it's John Nanai as Kausakau quickly out for Aotearoa. Trying to get that one out there, but quickly again shut down. Starting now for Kausakau. Kausakau straight through there. Got an offload out, but caught by the pace. A huge intercept there against the run of play, but not able to do too much with it. Only just tackled right where he stood, but either way, possession, again, so crucial. And that one just got away from the Weta. Were looking to mount a charge and could not do so. That intercept by Stacey Pace, and quickly the Orcas look to get themselves back on the front foot. Thompson out. Strange was hit. Oh, it was bounced off a Weta player. That means that it will be a 7-tackle set. Amatangi ended up getting the crumbs. On and out for Thompson. Guys had a bounce off his chest. Was able to recover it though. It's getting inside the 20 here. Red zone tackle 1. This is going to be a goal line stand and then some for the Weta if they want to keep themselves right in this smash. The pace there running against McCartney. End up just being forced to ground. For one and out for guys. Oh, that was a risky ball for Thompson. And Thompson was forced back in some hefty defense there. Great work by the Weta to do so. Lord, it's a Falcon off the pace. Nearly ended up falling through there, but his held short of the line. Out a few short ball. Quickly out, Chris Lord, a flat ball. And Chris Lord's over. Finally rewarded for his efforts with a try.
His second try of the day, Chris Lord. He's been absolutely outstanding. Come back on. The Weta actually had some really good defense, and that's it. There were multiple times where it looked like they were going to score the Orcas, but they just couldn't. And eventually they just take it to the middle. They were expecting a backline play. And it opened up for Chris Lord, who crosses in for a second try. And what a night he's having.
Yeah, I was trying to look for it. I thought I only saw that he scored 1, but no, that is the double for Chris Lord. Huge work from him in this match. And, he's shown himself to be a valuable piece here to this southern side, as Vaughan from right in front was not going to make a Kieran 4 into that. And an 8-point lead, it returns to.
Yeah, should be interesting to see how Weta respond now. They still can win it if they're quick with their tries, but they'll have to be very quick about it. Defend well in the set, get the ball back, and then attack until they can get down to the field. They're still in it, but they'll have to be quick about it.
Yeah, not much time left here. Only 11 minutes to play here. As we are back underway, and stays the pace, trying to get them started again, but wasn't really able to generate much in that play. On and out for Vaughan, and Lord trying to break through once again, but it's going to be tackled right about 27 out from his own line. Guys, another risky offload there for Strange, and Strange just have a ball very loose there. Could maybe try for the one-on-one, but not elected for that time. The pace fed, making a nice little cutout ball. And Moana is inside, did find him, and good tackle there from Aotearoa there in the front row. That's been 10 minutes to play now. Crucial time for red time now as the tackle count goes red on the red line. That was too far for me. Thompson there, the kick. Looking to get back over, but again it's to Mark Iron, trying to get over to that left wing this time. And a force for hand of fate there perhaps, but get underneath it and a good take there. Now they're looking to try and press the assault. Aotearoa tackle right on the 30.
Yeah, we're just going to see what the Weta do to sort of get some momentum here. Who they go for. I think it's going to be pretty forward. They've got quite a few good forwards out there. Crumble Speeds in the middle to Aotearoa. He's someone that could break. If he gets a bit break going up the middle, he could do something as down. That's a good run, but he makes an error.
Yeah, I mean, that was a risky pass. I think he did see Thompson there, thought it was a teammate, and ended up just firing right to him. Great soul read there. Just knew that he was going to try and flick that pass out, and it was just pushed too far there. He's going to try and make the meters where they can, but Lord makes a similar error, taken up by Feo. And now, again, the momentum just seesaws right back to the Weta as it stands. If they are still down by 8 points, they need to try and score off this set to leave themselves with a chance there. But, well, not tackle going to be this set, but they will get a penalty to really give themselves some extra opportunity to try and get back that deficit.
Yeah, this puts them into position to potentially score. If they score here, they still have to score another one or at least get a penalty goal of some sort. Put them within reach of it is. Oh, no, that's a good run there.
Yeah, huge run there to start things out here. They are already within the red zone. Thanks to that free kick that they got. Aotearoa and just trying to barge his way through there, but couldn't get too far. Makani now for Taya. Short side there for Kausakau, but just pushed out there, not able to get very far. Barnes, that's a short ball. Sonny Taya, welcome back. He ends up scoring there in a huge one. So the Weta bringing it back to within 4, and a kick could make it 2.
Yeah, great stuff here from the Weta. Just Sonny Taya bursting onto it. And just right there, well, there's still 6 minutes left. 6 minutes is still a lot of time in the SRL. You know, they scored 2 tries in that period in the to begin the second half, so they can definitely still win this game. It's definitely not over for them yet, and it would be interesting to see if they can potentially find someone points. I get the feeling this game's not over yet. I feel like they're going to get another opportunity in this game. It's going to come down to whether Orcas can defend it out.
Yeah, as it is brought back to within 2, but 6 minutes left to play, of course. Not a lot of time left. You probably have 2, maybe 3 chances. Try and get themselves back in. Still just a wait-and-see game here. This first crucial game. The opener of this Aotearoa origin. Get used to pronouncing that one. It's already showing that it's going to be exceptionally exciting as we continue on. Weta looking to try and steal one away from home. Taya now out for Barner. Trying to force his way through there, but it's going to be tackled there right past for 30. And now looking left side there for Bunce. Bunce a step. Might try and get by Amatangi here. Digging an offload out. Sonny Taya. A lot of space. Will be caught, but it's giving them a huge amount of momentum here. Can't give away a penalty, potentially tie the game, but it might be what you have to do to prevent them from winning the game. The Kausakau out for Iron. Iron brought down just on that wing. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. Not a lot of time here for Weta to mount some of the Kausakau. Kausakau might beat it to the edge, and he has! And with less than 4 to play, the Weta get their first lead since the first half.
I'm speechless right now. The Orcas, that defensive set, they just let too many line breaks. Bud started it off. You got a ball to Ty, who made some decent meters. Eve Kausakau up the middle is going to break the heart. They'll probably get another set, the Orcas, but it's going to be tough going here if the Orcas want to come back. What a play by Weta, and they've taken the lead. I can't believe it.
There's absolutely still an opportunity for the Orcas to come back in this one, but it's huge from Sonny Taya. You'll see him absolutely pump the fist here. We saw it when they brought it to 2. Now they're up 4 here, and the time is ticked off thanks to that conversion kick. And they'll need to get the ball back from them as well now. You can't have a kick return game of someone like the Terra Maxwell. I mean, I'm sure some of the Canberra Raiders players that sit on that Weta side, Taranga Halfea for one, and Eli Barnes will not need much reminding of that. It's Vaughan to get us back underway here. Just over 3 minutes left to play. Probably one last roll of a dice if they can get that ball back. Theo now on the first run. Brought down right on the 20. Quickly worked over the Cow. They'll probably try and get as much territory as they can. They won't worry about scoring, though it would definitely be a bonus for them if they can do that. Bunce now dragged back, tackled about 36 out from his own line. Cartney will flick it right side for Barner. Inside ball there for Wallace, trying to take advantage of offside play. I believe it was the pace, but did not do much with it. Cow ends up just running it up to the 40, and here we go. Watch this one. Any kick return here could very well prove very dangerous. Tyre will kick it to the right wing. It's over for Demando. They wanted to avoid Maxwell, and they end up wrapping him up. That could end up being a crucial play. It just ends up being so insignificant when you think about it. But still a huge one there as McCartney there rather. The opposite number, just forcing Strange back. They look to the left side here with Guys. Guys trying again. He's been so instrumental for that attack that first half. Trying to get one more going for them. Thompson inside ball there for Strange. He can't hammer his way through that tackle. Just met body to body. Could not get through their last 30 seconds here. Thompson for the pace. They have nothing left here. They're too far out for anything else. It's just going to have to be a kick away here. Have to pray for an error of some kind. Vaughan trying to kick from a wing. It's going to be taken by Mark Iron. And the Weta, the great escape, take game one away from home.
Wow, I am absolutely speechless. From minute 1 to minute 75, for the most part, the Orcas were on top of the Weta, and they looked like they were going to win. But 30 points in that second half from Weta ended up proving costly, and eventually they couldn't hold him out. Kasaka out scoring the game winner, and well, you never know who it's going to be. I don't think I was expecting Kasaka, but he also had an amazing second half, and I think in the end, Weta deserved it. The Orcas will be disappointed with letting that one go.
Yeah, I mean, our momentum just completely shifted pretty much, and then it did kind of make the game dead even from there as we get to see Logan. Guys, 225 meters. Definitely was the bell cow in that one. The can't count out Chris Lord, who probably gained more meters per minute, looking at that 166 as well. Led the team in line breaks, led the team in tackle breaks, and pretty much was the only one that did it. Though, do have to question the tackling of those second rowers. I mean, 6 missed tackles is not something you like to see in those regards. Of course, wanted to get himself another try assist, so Matthew Vaughan ended up with another as well. Lord that double, and then the 1 try apiece for Guys, for Thompson, and for Bunty Cambolo. A lot of injection from the bench that proved crucial in that one. Looking over to the Weta. I mean, they just came back with that one. You see there, Chance Bunce, he only had, I think, 5 meters or so. Ended up getting nearly 100 in that second half. Thanks to that move out, and of course Haas did very well there. Sonny Tyre there with 140 meters and 4 line breaks. Did probably the best out of any of the halves that we've seen thus far. I do have to wonder if that may result in a tactical change there, seeing the impact of Tyre. Perhaps slotting over Vaughan into that 9 slot, but still a lot to think about for them, of course. I'm not sure if Vaughan can even play the 9 now that I think about it, but I have to wait and see on that one, as ended up getting that double from Chance Bunce in that second half too, I believe. Kobe Johnston, Jaden White, Sonny Tyre, Jamal Cow, that game winner also contributing. And I mean, pretty much everyone there as well got that line break. There's only the 2 wingers that exchanged themselves out, Aotearoa and Iron, and Ben Arnold, who only played for 20 minutes. Didn't end up getting any kind of breakthrough, and really just great all-around performance there from Weta, especially in that final 40 minutes that got them over the line in that one.
I've got to say, Ollie, I think Sonny Tyre is my man of the match tonight. He was absolutely instrumental in that second half. 3 tries, as well as scoring a try that put them in position to score that final try. He also supported, I think it was Bunce in their line break. They got to a couple meters and got the play and eventually set up Casca to score the game winner. He played absolutely insane today. Followed close by the Orcas, who probably, let's be honest, Chris Lord or Logan Guys would have been the man of the match had they have won that game, but unfortunately they just lost it in the end, which, looking at these stats, you probably argue that they probably deserved to win the Orcas, but sometimes this is how the cookie crumbles, and they couldn't get the job done tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dead even game, and pretty much it could have gone any other way, but it ended up being the Weta who were able to capitalize in those final 40 minutes and ended up, I mean, they did have a more incomplete sets, but probably just really, it's hard to really say here. You could say that any of one of these issues here that they ended up cropping up. Could end up being something they blame it on, but could have just been that Weta were able to just outlast them in that 80 minutes, and huge victory for them. And game 2 will be an absolute cracker, I'm sure. I mean, these teams put each other to the wall here, and it's a great start to see Aotearoa are doing like this. I swear I'll get it right soon.
You have to agree that Ollie. It was an amazing game. I think overall, it could have gone either way. Like 50% possession, split, 7 errors each, 2 penalties to 1. 33 line breaks to 34. There was not much at all that split these two teams. It should be cracking game 2, because that was a cracking game 1.
Yep, and you can absolutely look forward to that on SRL TV. For Lachlan Martin, for all of the SRL stuff, I've been Ollie Pache. We'll see you next time for more Simulation Rugby League.